It's been a while since we've done one of these videos. Today we'll take a look at why it's time to buy a Sony PlayStation 3. If you haven't experienced a PS3 before and want to jump in and give it a go, right now is a good time to buy because it and its games are very cheap at the moment. There's a bunch of scenarios where a PS3 makes sense. I'm the kind of gamer who prefers PC gaming, as you can tell by the name of my channel, but I also very much enjoy experiencing different kinds of gaming. Experiences that are unique to each console and system. One of the great things about the PS3 is its exclusives, so some PC or Xbox gamers might find some value in playing previously unexplored franchises. Just to name off some popular ones, there's Uncharted 1 to 3, The Last of Us, Infamous, Little Big Planet, Gran Turismo, Ratchet & Clank, God of War, Demon's Souls, the list goes on. And if you type in best PS3 games, I'm pretty sure you'll find just what I mentioned there and what they're all about as well. I'll give a special shout out to two PS3 exclusives I really enjoy in particular. The first one is 3D Dot Game Heroes, which is a 3D pixel art based parody of the first Legend of Zelda, as well as A Link to the Past. It's a lot of fun and very endearing. And also it's got a bit of a sense of humor about itself as well. And something people might not have heard about is oh geez, I don't know how to pronounce this. Is it IL-2 Stormovik? Or IL-2 Stormovik? Birds of Prey. For some reason, I totally forgot about this gem when doing the favorite PS3 games video. It looks really great considering it's an early PS3 game, and it provides a great mix of realism and pick-up ability. I think people not interested in flying games might want to give it a try still. You might be surprised. And if you're like me, and like niche Japanese games or want to try those types of games for the first time, then the PS3 doesn't disappoint either. In fact, it's the reason I got the PS3 in the first place. It covered almost all the mainstream games I wanted to play, as well as most of the anime games. The Vita is good for anime-style games as well, but some of them can be really expensive, because a lot of the physical releases were limited in terms of production runs. The PS3, on the other hand, doesn't suffer from that problem as much, which means that gamers who want physical releases won't have to invest as much money into their collection. Of course, limited editions can still be pricey, but at least there was much more of an abundance of regular editions for the PS3. Some personal favorites of mine are the Neptunia trilogy, the Arlen trilogy consisting of Atelier Rorona, Totori, and Meruru, as well as Disgaea 3, 4, and especially D2. D2 is a PS3 exclusive, and it features the original Disgaea cast, which makes it extra awesome. And also a shout out to Disgaea 3, despite the kinda crummy graphics, I really enjoyed the story on that one. The list of JRPGs is huge and of course includes fan favorites like a couple of Persona and Tales games. Just doing a quick Google search will give you a ton of results. If you're open-minded to try out a bunch of games, just search for PS3 JRPGs or PS3 anime games or something along those lines. You'll get a lot of results and things to check out. I've just been going on about how cheap the PS3 is, but how does it all break down in terms of cost? Consoles complete with power cable, a controller and HDMI cable, and even a couple of games thrown in seem to be around $150 Canadian on eBay, which isn't bad at all. If you're from the States, just knock off 20 to 25% of the prices. I wouldn't even sweat it with the hard drive size either. Just get something in good condition, and if you need to, throw in a 2.5-inch drive of your choice. And on occasion, you can even find some sub-$100 systems as well, with controllers and all the hookups still. And even if it doesn't come with an HDMI cable, that's not really that much of a problem to get, is it? Popular games are quite cheap too. I've seen pawn shops sell popular AAA games for around $10 to $15 per copy. Sometimes they'll even bundle a few together so you can get 3 games for $25. Not bad at all considering new current-gen games are $80. If you're interested in Japanese niche games, prices for pre-owned games can be a bit higher just for the fact that there's less of them, and the people who want those games are usually willing to spend a bit more money to get them. But I haven't seen anything outrageously expensive for pre-owned regular edition games. Of course, the PS3 does have different hardware variations which go for different prices in the used market. Fat, Slim, and Super Slim are the ones people usually talk about, but the actual amount of variations is more than just 3. For example, there are 3 generations of Fat PS3s alone. The first has hardware-based PS2 backwards compatibility, which is great. The second is software-based, which isn't as good. And the third isn't even backwards compatible at all. Yet it's still a Fat PS3. So the next time you hear someone say Fat PS3s are backwards compatible, you can be that guy and be like, actually... First-gen PS3s are quite desirable and therefore priced higher than the other ones. Personally, I think if you're mainly wanting to play PS3 games, Just get a slim or super slim. They're smaller, use less power, and they're usually cheaper. Not to mention early PS3s will mostly have tiny hard drives in them. Obviously, you have to make the decision if PS2 backwards compatibility is worth the extra cost to you. I personally prefer to have a PS2 for PS2 gaming. I like having a representative piece of hardware for each generation instead of consolidating systems into one. But then again, a PS3 that can play PS1 and 2 games sounds like a pretty cool thing to have. Wikipedia has a page called PlayStation 3 Technical Specifications, which shows you all the hardware variations in detail. The model numbers certainly help when it comes to identifying models. It's really helpful and at the very least interesting to look at. I'll put a link in the description. So for approximately $200, you get the system with all the hookups and 4 to 6 decent games, which is not bad at all. And you can play online for free, which you can't say about the 360. Honestly, I really like to get previous generation consoles I haven't experienced yet, which is why I tend to encourage other people to do so as well. It's just a really affordable way to experience some new games and have fun. Usually around or slightly past the halfway point of current gen systems is when previous gen consoles are considered old, and therefore undesirable to the casual gamers who only care about the newest stuff. But at the same time, many collectors see them as too recent. Nobody's buying, which keeps prices low and supply high, as long as you stay away from some of the LEs. But for people just wanting to experience fun games they haven't tried yet, without spending a lot of money, the time to buy previous gen consoles is now. You can still find PS3 games in stores, and sometimes if you're lucky, even a few accessories like controllers. A lot of games are still relatively new, compared to retro stuff anyway, so finding cheap and good condition games is also kind of an easy thing to do. Anyway, that's why I think the PS3 is a good buy for people who haven't experienced it yet. Hopefully you enjoyed it, like the video if you did, subscribe for more videos. Patreon is an option if you want to help out the channel. You get some perks like shoutouts at the end of the video, early access to videos, and you even get special recognition on the Discord server. Speaking of support, I have to say thank you to the people who subscribed to me on Twitch despite not streaming for months. I really appreciate that, which is why you guys also get early access to videos through the Discord server. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you again in the next video.